That's a fair amount of damage. Yeah. Keep a blocker? Nah. Just get in there. Hello, good game. Welcome back, ghouls and goblins. I hope you're all having a magical day. Thank you so much for taking the time to support the channel. We will be playing with Azorius, white and blue, flyers. This is an aggro deck through evasion. Flying, of course, a form of evasion. Evasion is a way to evade or avoid our opponent's blockers while still getting consistent combat damage in through the attacks. In the video, we'll break down the strategies and synergies included within the deck, showcasing them within the gameplay footage, and then finally wrapping up with our closing thoughts. Make sure to like the video to show your support, and let's take a look at the deck. Sploosh! This is a 60-card standard best of 1 build with a 2.1 average mana value. We have 32 creatures to our 4 non-creatures, 24 lands in the deck for consistency. Playing with the, I guess you could call it mechanic of flying. I don't think it's mechanic, it's more of an attribute. To consistently put in damage over our opponent's blockers. Some of the flyers in the build: Battlefield Raptor for 1, 1/2 with flying and first strike. The Silver Raven for 1, a 1/1 with flying, and when it enters the battlefield, scry 1. We have the Vengeful Victim, a 4/4 with flying. When it attacks or blocks, sacrifice it. The Thieving Skydiver for 2. It's a 2/1 with flying, of course, and we can play an additional X. X can't be 0, and we can snag an artifact from our opponent equal to or less than of X, and if it's an equipment, we can automatically attach it, which is really cool. We have the Spectral Adversary, also for 2 mana, a 2/1 with flash and flying. When it enters the battlefield, we may pay 2 any number of additional times to put that many +1/+1 counters on the Spectral Adversary, and also phase out that many number of artifacts, creatures, and or enchantments, which is really cool. We also have in our 3-drop slot the Elite Spellbinder, 4 copies here, 3/1 with flying. When it enters the battlefield, look at opponent's hand, exile a card from it, and they can now cast it for an additional 2 mana. And my favorite card in the deck, Dream Shackle Geist, 3/1 with flying, and at the beginning of combat on your turn, choose 1. Tap target creature. Target creature doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. Very good to open up our attacking lanes and also keep our opponent from dealing combat damage to us. Lastly, we have Limrith Desert Doom, 5/5 with flying, ward 4 as long as it's untapped, and whenever it deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. If you have fewer than 3 cards in your hand, draw the difference, which is really nice. Removal, we have 2 copies of Fateful Absence, destroy target creature or planeswalker. Its controller investigates. They create a clue token in which they can sacrifice for 2 to draw a card. Sinopate, for 1+X at instant speed, countering target spell unless its controller pays X. If it would be countered, exile it instead, which is absolutely amazing. And then to push up our flyers, we have the Luminarch Aspirant, a 1/1 for 2, and at the beginning of combat on your turn, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Finally, the Retribution, which is an enchantment for 3, off of the disturbed side of Vengeful Victim. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature has whenever this creature attacks, create a 4/4 white spirit creature token with flying that's tapped and also attacking. Sacrifice it at the end of our combat. Pretty cool beans. We have the Pathway and the Beach for land consistency here, and the deck is performing really nicely. My favorite cards in the build, by far, the Dream Shackle Geist to open up the attack lanes, and the Spectral Adversary for the same thing. Of course, we have the Vengeful Victim to create those 4/4s, which feels great as well. I hope you guys enjoy the deck, and more importantly, today's gameplay footage, which we'll showcase now. Make sure to like the video to show your support, and we'll be back after the gameplay footage to wrap up with our final thoughts, future plans for the deck, and general channel shenanigans. Enjoy. On the draw, we mulligan. We don't even have a turn 1 because of the land. This is better. I toss the Raven. Keep the Raptor. Raptor out. Spectral out. Or actually, let's do Skydiver first. And then the Spectral can be, you know, stronger on turn 4. Farmland gains life at a certain point. Coven for 3. I don't know if it's worth transforming, but you do you. I'll definitely drop this as a turn 2. Thank you so much. And we're off to the races. Can we outpace the life gain? That's going to be the dream. 3 mana. Hopefully no exile. What you got, Willis? Hopefully no exile. There it is. They take the Raptor. Nice. Thank you. They really should have taken that Luminarch. To each of their own. No blocks. Binder out. Let's check out your hand, please. We take the flyer. And we want to keep that Luminarch in play, so we push up the binder to take the heat off of it, so to say, and placing it onto the Elite Spellbinder. 4 land. I mean, I assume there's a Hallowed Priest coming our way. That's a 1/1. So it doesn't give them the Coven they want. We may want to Spectral Adversary their creatures to avoid the Stampede. I'm happy to see that in their deck. That's really nice. Their own Luminarch, which is very good. And a Hallowed Priest. Dudley. Look at them go. We need our 4th land. I think. Thank you. Hit for 5, down to 13. They will try to exile us if they don't get the land for the Stampede. Land, Stampede, we take their Luminarch. If they try to exile us, we just take ourselves. Thank you. Now we're hitting for 6, 9 damage. Potentially. We are at 19, so we don't really need to defend yet. Okay. 5th land. Let's push up the Spectral. Hitting for 9. That's pretty good. And then we still have our Spectral on them. I don't think the Stampede will kill us. 3, 5 is 8, 11. Okay, so they're not doing that. We get rid of that as it blocks our flyers. But we still have lethal because there's 2 of them. Yeah, good game. Decent. That's a nice looking deck, to be honest. I really like the Stampede. I think that should be utilized more. Good game. On the draw, the hand actually looks really nice. We don't necessarily need the Scry because everything we want is here. So let's just go for it. Turn 2 Victim. That's a decent body. And then if we can Dream Shackle the Naturalist, it won't be able to generate any more mana, which might be fairly beneficial for us. 3rd land. You don't think I'll take this block, bro? We do sack it here, which is fine. Are they just gonna kill the Raptor? Oh, the Piper is good. So good, in fact. Then I'm gonna blast it off of the board, baby. Get blasted. Patty's Shotgun. It's been a long time since I've watched It's Always Sunny. They have a new podcast that I have been listening to. It's alright. Brings me back. Makes me want to watch the show again. Egg. Yeah, we're boiling all of our denim these days. Oh, you're boiling it? That's good. Oh, man. I've watched too much It's Always Sunny back in the day. Like, just so much. Hello, good game. Take care, my friend. We'll see you later. Or maybe they're, like, BMing us. They're like, I've got a great card that's gonna beat you up. I mean, that's it. That's the card. That is the card. You know what I mean? Let's just keep going. Push it real good. And then we flash this adversary in. Tolivar. That's good. It's gonna get them to draw. 6 damage is decent as well. Resolve. I think they've played a land, did they? Pretty sure. Yeah. Spectral in play. Yeah, yep. And then we're hitting for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, that's a fair amount of damage. That's a fair amount of damage. Yeah. Keep a blocker? Nah, just get in there. Turn on the jets. Can they deal 11 damage? Probably. They probably can. Because they have haste. So they're hitting for 2, 5, 6 as a minimum. They need 5 extra damage from somewhere. Can they accumulate 5 extra damage? They get 2... No, this is Nightbound. They can't activate that ability Daybound. I mean, let's be honest. We should have kept that Luminarch Aspirant back to block. But Gruul grabs Trample so easily, so it's scary. Maybe the Raptor should have stayed back to block, because we would have had lethal the following turn anyways. Alright, they're going to hit for 6. I mean, that leaves 5 damage. Do they have it? They double draw. I don't think they've got it. Good game. We gave them the chance. They had the opportunity. Force them to have it. That's how that saying goes, right? On the draw, turn 1 and turn 2 look absolutely phenomenal. Taking the Scry over the first strike, I think. That's our 4th land. Let's throw it. We already have 3. There's a good chance we'll find another as we play out our next 2 turns. Is It turns being played by Matt Lat. Thanks for that, Matt. I appreciate you. I will not play into a Walrus Disruption, so I will first attack for 1, Battlefield Raptor out. And we're playing a turn back because I don't feel like having my Luminarch Aspirant counterspelled. It's just so sad. Okay, we lose the Raven. They, ooh, if not a counterspell, they wanted just to snipe her. And I won't allow it! We're in with the Binder next, getting a look at their hand, seeing if there's anything scary there. We should have attacked first, I guess. Because now if they have removal, they know they need to cast it. They Sinopate our Binder. Get blasted, bro. So that's kind of sad. Our counter magic is down. Expressive Iteration. Not really doing anything. They'll play a land, and then they have Field of Ruin, so... Walrus Disruption if it's a blue source. If it's a red source, I would assume 3 to 4 damage instant speed. Just always trying to forecast, right? They take a Consider, so the land gets played from... Well, now Consider's gone, but it could still be that damage that we've been thinking of. We could counter it if they have it. As long as it costs 2. If it costs 1, they'd still get us. We hit for 2, down to 16. This is not where we want to be. At all. At all. They have access to 5. This will grab their 3rd mana source. And a card. Yikes. What you got, Willis? What you got? Is it better than 2 planes? What's up, Maya? You making a racket over there or what? Do we just hold up counter magic? This may get removed with damage right now. I'm thinking divide by 0. And this is pretty cool. So we get the counterspell, and we're still able to play our victim. They might be sitting on a Fading Hope. Less than ideal, but... you know. These things happen. These things happen. They definitely do. You dirty dog! Woof! Alright. Down to 3 cards in their hand. They'll have access to 4 after this. Swing. Throw in the 4/4. Woof. Big damage represented within... Dorothea. Vengeful Victim. 4/4, when it attacks or blocks, sacrifice it. Illuminarch out. Next, counter on the Raptor. Womp womp womp. We could kill it for the draw. But what if they have a liar? Let's let them have it. So this gets sacrificed. 6 damage is decent. End our turn. We could have also absenced that as well as it was getting sacrificed, but... all things considered, I imagine they have something to deal with that. I'm just gonna hold on. Let's grab a blue source here. Yeah! That must be threatening. Get that Raven off the top, don't want you. 3 cards in hand. I'm nervous! So they have 7, Liar for 5, gives them 2, which they could protect it with the Fading Hope. and guarantee you they have interaction, and I don't want to just waste this victim. Okay, we could have went for it. Hashtag get wrecked, Hullbreaker. That is a good card. That is such a good card. Let's swing for 2. Potentially lethal if there's no interaction, but guaranteed there's interaction. Right, like even here they probably find some. No. Down to 3 mana. Desert Doom in play. They have to deal with both of these. They have 4 cards in hand. I don't doubt it. They're playing the best deck in the game, so... You know, being the original OG. Can I say gangster on YouTube? Probably. I say worse things. The original gangster. With the deck building, anyways. The ODB. And not the way that you're thinking, now that we're on that topic, but the original deck builder. A little bit different. Same kind of vibe, though, if we're being honest. Oh, man. Let's get after it. Retribution to the Raptor, which means they need to deal with that Raptor. And then somehow, simultaneously, they'll also need to deal with the Desert Doom. They don't have it. We get the win. On the draw. Again. Every time. Every single time, I swear. Ooh. A life gain deck. That's unpleasant. Raven in play. I like those Spectrals. They're pretty cool. They're flyers. They can save your creatures. They can open up those attack lanes. Very versatile. Oh my god, no. Let's swing for 1. We need removal. If they play a Righteous Valkyrie here, I'm gonna just continue to have a great day. You hear that, Chris? There's nothing you can do to ruin my day. It doesn't matter how many Righteous Valkyries you play, bro. Get out of here. Oh, sorry. Voice of the Blessed. Dang. I will attack, self-sack, and then just replay it. Because the enchantment is not legendary, which is cool. So we can have multiple copies of the enchantment note, but only 1 copy of the creature. You want to see multiple copies? I've got multiple copies. I'll trade with it. I'll trade. Wow. We just have to go for it. Let's do more damage to them than they can do to us. Right? Hopefully they don't have removal. Or exile. Don't you dare do this to me. Oh, just gain a literal ton of life. Holy. Flying Vigilance. That's gonna stop us. Oh, holy Toledos. That sucks. That That takes away from what I want to do, yo. What a bummer. We should do this on their turn, I guess, and just not attack here. But as soon as they gain life, they have 2 flyers and probably just dead anyways. Chris! Chris! Being a bully, man. There's just no way out of this, quite literally, so. I'm gonna save them the trouble of playing their 3rd Voice of the Blessed. Okay, okay. On the draw, turn 1 will sort us out. Holy land. No more land, we have 5, that's literally... I said no more land. Come on. Come on, Arena. For 1. Big damage. Look out. Coming over. Rawr. This is okay. This is okay. We have a nice turn 3. They take damage for that as well. That was a 17. Runo Stormkirk. A 1/4 with flying that can defend really nicely against us. I don't even care about the discard. Peril can kind of screw us. Look at the top card of their library. You may reveal that card if its mana value is 6 or greater. And if it's a creature, they get to transform this to a 3/5. We toss the lands, that's fine. Kind of a bummer. Why aren't you an artifact? Why aren't you just an artifact? You should be. Not cool enough, though. What do they have in here? The Slug King, hey? As a creature 6 or greater? It must be. It's a horror as well, I think. Okay, I see what's cooking. Pass our turn. Whatever. They're gonna get it at a certain point, and I'm gonna freak out. I'm gonna toss their creature away. Just so we can get a hit in. Like, let me do some damage. This thing's such a good defender. Let's take the hit first. Pull any mana that they may have. The Dream Shackle is such a high priority card when we can tap one of their blockers. Almost wondering if we should keep it in hand. No, play it. Because then if we get our land, we're good to go. So they have that ability to Fading Hope, which is good. They can nuke a couple of our creatures, 3 of them. It's not going to save them, though. And that would spend all but 2 of their mana, so they nuke... Oh, God. It's a good card. What a great card. All right. Settle down, kids. Settle down. We have work to do. Please, sir. They do get the scry. It's a bummer. It's a bummer. We need the Raptor, because they'll probably hit us with the Path of Peril, kill the victim. Then we'll need to play the Raptor, equip the victim to the Raptor, start hitting for nice chunks of damage. Of the damage. Oh, nice. Good for you. Why don't you discard the majority of my hand? You do. You do. Of course you do. Now that is a BM play. Yikes. We really only hit for 3. We play this, they bounce it, we lose it. And that's sad, so I think it just stays there. It's pretty cool how we're doing all this on 4 lands. I mean, not that we need more lands, it's just odd. No lands for you! Well, maybe I shouldn't have said that out loud, because we're getting a lot of them. I think we could probably pack up and say good game to our opponent, but I just hate to let them win. I just hate to let them win so easily. Never mind. Never mind. There's nothing you can do against that card. I'm serious. Alright, I wish the deck performed better in today's video. I must have won 20 matches in a row within the play queue. It was ridiculous. We had an amazing stream with it on Twitch. If you're interested in hanging out on Twitch, I'm there brewing and playtesting a lot of these decks every day. Many of them get thrown in the trash before making it to YouTube, so you get an idea as to what it takes to actually come up with these ideas every single day if you're interested. Of course, that's twitch.tv/HelloGoodGame. You can find those links within my link tree as well. As far as where we take this deck, I would like to see module lands. Potentially the Emeria's Call would be very good. I'm also thinking that the Stampede would be fairly decent, not to mention potentially Walrus Disruption. What do you all individually think? Let me know in the comments below. Even if you agree, let me know. That would be awesome. More importantly, like the video to show your support on the channel. Join the community Discord. We've got the contests, the giveaways, the tournaments, all for free available to you, the community, on behalf of myself to show that gratitude. So thank you all so much. Have a magical day, and we'll see you soon in the next.